Welcome to Lakshmi Academy, and today we will see what is integration testing and all the questions related to integration testing. Integration testing is to integrate or combine the unit tested module and test them as a combined unit. Integration testing tests integration or interfaces between components, interaction to different parts of the system such as operating system, file system, and hardware. Now here you have different modules. Suppose if you're testing bank application, you have balance module, deposit, withdrawal, transfer, and you have tested them individually. So then you test them by putting them together and also with the system. It can be a operating system, file system, hardware. So you integrate everything together and test it as a whole. The individual modules are first tested, which is unit testing. And once the module are unit tested, they are integrated to validate that they communicate with each other and function as per the requirements. So they should be able to communicate with each other. When should be integration testing implemented and any challenges? Integration testing can be implemented at the end of the cycle or simultaneously with the development. So when you integrate it at the end of the cycle, challenges are that resources are being wasted, because software testers sometimes have to, there is a lot of wait time because they have to wait until all the modules are ready. And simultaneously with the development, sometimes the challenge is you have to test something, the module which does not exist, and then you use stub or drivers to perform the testing, and we'll go over it in details. What are the types of integration testing technique? Big Bang approach. In Big Bang integration testing, all modules are integrated simultaneously, after which everything is tested as a whole. Advantages: testers get completely developed module, and challenges of testing which does not exist, it's not there. They don't have to face that challenge. Disadvantages: difficult to trace the origin of bug or a failure. Then we have incremental approach, in which there is a top-down approach. Testing takes place from top to bottom, following the control flow or architectural structure. Components or systems are substituted by stubs. So here you do the testing from top to bottom. Advantages is integration testing is basically performed in an environment which is almost similar to the real world, and it goes with the control flow or the architectural structure, so it becomes more easier. And stubs can be authored with less time as compared to drivers. So top-down approach, we use stubs to replace the modules which are not developed. Then we have bottom-up approach. Testing takes place from bottom to top, and it is in reverse order of the control flow. Components or systems are substituted by drivers. So advantages is appropriate for application where bottom-up design methodology is used. And disadvantage, we can catch the key interface defects at the end of the cycle, and it is required to create test drivers for modules. Then another approach is sandwich approach, which is combination of top-down and bottom-up approach. Now, why integration testing is needed? Different modules are designed by different software developers, and in today's time it can be developers can be at different locations, different parts of the world, and they are working at different times. And different developers' understanding and programming logic may differ from each other. So integration testing becomes necessary to verify that the software modules work when combined together, because sometimes the developer may not have the complete idea of the software. They may have more idea about that particular module they are working with, or maybe the surrounding module which will work with their module. So integration testing is essential because different developers they develop the software in a different way. Their programming logic is different, and sometimes it may not be well documented that other programmers can go through it and find out what's really going on. So integration testing becomes very helpful. At the time of module development, there may be change in the software requirements by the customer. And sometimes it so happens that new requirements may not be unit tested, and integration testing is necessary because if there is any bug in the not unit tested module, then that can be caught in the integration testing. Interfaces of the software modules with the database could cause errors. Then there may be changes in the data structure as the development goes by. There may be changes in the data structure because of the new requirements or because of some technical difficulties, and those are covered during integration testing. External hardware interfaces can introduce errors. Testing of exception handling can be tested as a whole with the integrated system. So this is all about integration testing. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. Please subscribe Lakshmi Academy on YouTube for more videos.